Hi, everyone. Yeah, so this is Wendy. There's a slight issue. We've experienced some kind of issue with episode 8. Basically, we lost the audio file. And so we're sorry. This is episode 9. Happy listening. Bye.
And then you need to...
Or do you want to
Start the fucking show! God!
Lose. You came late.
The middle girl.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Middle Ground with Luz Kanon, April May, and Wendy Akomolafe Kalu. We've got Folu Storms here.
Hey,
How are you? How is your life?
my life is pretty awesome. It's tiring today. Today is a tiring day for me, but it's pretty good. I'm awesome.
Alright, that's cool. So what have you been up to?
Just being the best that I can be.
Shooting feet fam.
Oh my
That guy that busted his ass the other day. What was the story behind that?
Someone that fell down.
Yeah.
So
Wait, was he trying to do Fresh Boy? I need to understand because I don't know why was he sideways on the treadmill.
you see, as you are confused, that's how we too that day. As
Have
we
you guys seen the
saw
video?
No.
Yeah, I saw
This
the
Soma
video.
guy from
That's
Big
what
Brother.
I was
Brother.
saying, I was gonna
Ah,
say.
God.
someone from Big Brother on
In
Fit
fact,
Fam
I'm,
took
I'm pulling this shit up.
took a
I-
massive tumble.
I literally
It was
saw your
too
face
bad.
like...
Summer
was
takes
like,
the tumble.
Fam,
Dude,
look.
it was like an Iroko tree falling. You know why? Because he's tall.
Do you know,
so it
the,
took a
you know the
while.
worst thing? He tried to stop it. Like, he tried to stop
No,
it.
he
so-
didn't.
He
I
was
feel
like,
like-
he was like, oh, wait. Oh, shit.
At some point, I felt like... Let me get that. At some point, I felt like he was doing it to pop off or whatever. Watch.
No, he really didn't. I think it
Okay,
also
he's
took him
like-
by surprise. Because,
See,
you know.
like...
Yo, that fall was so slow.
That's what I'm saying. I think
Oh
he tried to
shit,
stop
I'm
it.
falling.
I think he actually tried to stop
His
it.
brain froze. I think it was like a deer in the headlights. You know when something so awful is about to happen, you're like, my guy, I'm about to give them falling down on, this like
Wow.
international TV station. And it's never happened to him before. And he said, as soon as it happened, the first thing we were just like, guy, are you okay? He just said, he stopped, he was shaking his head. He was like, wow.
You never expected it.
So everybody was taken by surprise, including Soma, and he was like, you guys caught that, huh? We're like, yeah.
Yes.
The cameras are rolling. He's like, no, don't cut it. And that's what I admired about him. Straight away, he was like, no, leave that in. Make sure you leave that in. Don't cut it.
Maybe because
but
I'm
yeah.
so clumsy, I would never be surprised if I fell. Just that
Yeah,
I
I'd
feel
be
like,
like, well, that happened.
Is that the worst thing you've seen on Fit Fam?
Yeah. That's because there was no rational reason why it should have happened. We were not moving exceptionally
it's
fast.
like he was shifting sideways on the
It
treadmill.
was,
like,
it was a cool thing.
Where-
it was,
where
it
are
was
you
a cool
going?
thing. He was just in his, we're having a chat. He was in his boy swag, and the swag
Wow.
was
And
tipped.
then,
And then by the time we realized, he turned left instead of trying to stabilize.
Summer takes a tumble. Sorry.
So what's the second coolest, most embarrassing thing that's happened to any guest on the show?
I guess I actually haven't had anything
Nobody has
particularly
farted
embarrassing.
in
It's
front
more
of us.
like
Nobody has
me.
farted when he was-
I farted. I talk about this shit, yo. Excuse me. Let me now tell you something about working out and exercise because I like to keep it 100 with people. If you are constantly moving your body in these intense spaces, there are times when your body just gets, that thing you ate like this morning, we need to let it out, son. So
Wow, Folu. Please take your hand
you
away
have
from
a
me.
choice. No, listen, and my people. I'm telling you, I feel like I'm in a safe space.
You lost 3 cool points.
You are in a safe
cool
space.
points.
This is
3
very
cool points.
No, I think
Cruel
you
fasting.
also know sometimes like what it's gonna be like. So you make an executive decision, be like, excuse me, I need to go to the bathroom, and that's the responsible adult thing to do. Or you're like,
What if you don't get there? What if
What if the
no,
memo
now
doesn't hit real
chill.
quick?
No, you have to know yourself. Are we babies? We're not children. Respect yourself. The only time it can happen by surprise, maybe like if you're doing like a yoga move or something, especially for females, like
Oh really?
the
I
other
I can see
bit
how
can fart.
That works.
Oh, the other. Oh. Oh.
Wow.
No one was expecting this kind of podcast.
No, I
Wow.
thought. I thought you were talking about
So
something.
is that called
else.
like a queef or something?
I don't. Yeah, I think
That's-
I've read it as
is-
that. I don't.
yeah.
You know, it's like a front
But
fart.
I thought
man.
quiffing
It's
was
just-
like in terms of like intercourse. No.
No, but it can happen then as well. I don't know
It's
what
called
the
a queef,
name
right?
is. It
Like when
is-
you're supposed to be talking.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Wow.
I got it. It's
Yeah.
Don't ask me
But sometimes she must just announce her presence. Like, I'm here.
we knew she was
Yes.
there. She ain't even got seen.
No, sometimes
Queen is here.
You know, just a quick what's up.
All right.
Alright.
This
No,
is
no,
natural
Sam, you can't
biology,
judge
man.
us.
Embrace the
I rather a
biology.
queef than fart, though. I'm just saying.
No, but and that's what Fit Fam is about. It's just saying, listen,
How
we all
about
struggle.
both?
We all have those.
No.
moments.
What is wrong with you?
I'm not selfish.
We're humans. Your body is going to react to
Yeah,
things.
but both at the same time.
Oh no, I don't mean at the same time. Like he was
She
like
was
he'd rather
dying.
a quiff than a fart. And
Oh,
it's-
okay.
This is,
I
I've
changed
never
the whole
talked about
tone of this
farting
conversation.
for so long in my life.
Yeah, so I'm glad we got that out. You know,
Alright,
it's a good
cool.
icebreaker.
Literally,
Oh my God, was I
I'm glad we
done?
got that out.
Oh no, it actually wasn't.
Oh,
Look at
okay.
that.
But
Just a
All right,
natural.
all right, everyone.
It was
Let's
so
get
corny,
let's get
man.
straight into the show.
God.
That was funny.
Okay.
People fart. It's cool. So, Mr. Eazi on what was it? Capital FM.
FM, yeah.
Said something that Lucy is going to finish saying before I quote it wrong and it kills me.
Yeah, first things first. Wendy. You
He
need to-
tweets his tweet thread Ghana's influence. Yeah, he says the new bounce is Ghana. He also tweeted saying that Ghana's influence on present-day Niger sound cannot be overemphasized because he'd said this sort of earlier on. Niger music has been a major force affecting the entire African scene, quality rhythm business, but that new bounce is GH and changes nada. And then he sort of goes on. Maybe this is the older one.
Yeah, do you know I would actually be fine if that was what he said. I would be mad, but I'll be okay. But
Why would
what
you be mad?
no,
I wouldn't be
listen.
mad.
What I got from what he actually said is that he brought this new style and then everyone is jumping on it and blah blah blah.
Luz,
That's
tell
not-
us
that's
exactly
what I
what he's. Luz has the
I
quote.
think I watched the clip and I don't know, maybe he alluded to people jumping on the sound loosely, right? But what he said was a lot of songs now in Nigeria, there's the
Everyone is
undeniable,
looking. Yeah, there it is.
undeniable. Not everybody's exactly word like the undeniable Ghanaian influences. Like people are using words like Banku, Shito, Mami, Odo, Sika, and it's like, my guy, how come? How do you know all of these things? Like, what's the connection? They ain't even got friends that are in Ghana. Like they don't live there.
Yeah, I think that's really stupid.
Hey, I can hear you say that, and I can hear that. I can see that.
Because I'm not denying the influence of Ghanaian music or Ghana in our music.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that for you to say that you don't even have friends in Ghana, you've never even been to Ghana, like we're basically like we're always sharing shit. People are always going to Ghana. Ghana is the place that Nigerians are always going to. The Ghanaians are always coming to Nigeria. If a Nigerian is going to go anywhere in Africa, it's either SA or Ghana. Do you get?
Fair enough.
And like, for you to say that like we don't eat their food, like our food is, they sell shit in supermarkets too. Let's not.
Yeah.
Did you get like, and then you go to Ghana, you find Nigerian food there because like the cultures are so intertwined. You can't really say, if you're saying SA or if you're saying Botswana, I can understand that, but like Ghana and Nigeria.
But do you know what I think also happened? Because, I mean, there's a reason why so many people are offended. And there are a lot of people that are offended by what Eazi said. And they're offended because the sentiment is sort of, who are you? You've just come onto the scene. Just because you got to this level of fame doesn't give you the right to essentially question another artist's use of
Yeah, but should
phrase
that
or
affect
culture.
the truth though?
But then exactly, and that's what I'm going to say. So Eazi, as where he's at now, he wants to speak his mind. And he's like, listen, there is a huge Ghanaian influence and not a lot of people really talk about it or reference it. The same way not a lot of people reference the influence of Congolese music in Nigerian music sound
yeah.
and our high life and the rumba and all of this. And that even goes back to Cuban and stuff. So, I mean, it's nice, especially on an international platform, and that's probably how this came about, where you talk about Africa being one and we're all intertwined. Okay, here are these influences, and you can see it. And he's a product of mixed cultures.
Yeah, he is a
whether or
product
not we like it. But I think he's just been talking a lot recently, and that's another issue.
Yeah, like I get that Ghanaian
why
influence
so
in
much
Nigeria is strong.
Yeah.
The influence of Ghana is strong. Like we do music together, we do shows together, we do movies together. Nigerians and Ghanaians have been working together for years. I know we have a bad history with Ghana.
People
Where
been in trouble
Nigerians,
before, Eazi now.
bruv, please help me ask him. When we
You did not open it.
nobody said Azonto came from Nigeria now. We all said
nigga's cold.
Azonto came from Ghana
No, but
and we
that's-
adopted it. Do you get?
And y'all did the biggest Azonto song with their wow. Nigerians are just boys.
No, do you know what? I think
Yes, that is the truth.
I think we make their music sound better.
Wow, April,
don't hate on
April,
me.
April,
Don't hate
don't
on
say
me.
that.
I beg, wait.
Please,
Wait,
she doesn't-
listen.
She said that.
Listen.
The views of
everyone
April
wait.
do not reflect the views of
No,
middle
no,
ground.
I would say better. I would say bigger. Maybe the word you're looking for is
Yes,
bigger.
yes,
The word you're looking for is
because
bigger.
a number of
Right?
Ghanaian artists who may not be very well known on this side, like the quality of their music is phenomenal.
Yep.
Like absolutely phenomenal. The
They
first
make great music.
Ghanaian artist that I really became a fan of was Manifest.
Oh, I love my
Shout
Like
out to
M.
both.
Manifest, like I'm just like, what? I was like, who is this fellow? How can I be a friend? I started emailing, hello, send music. I'm working on radio that time. I
No, was you trying to be a friend of music or like?
No, like I know actual because I'd not really seen him that time, and based on the vain young child that previously I was.
Wow.
Oh, okay,
So
okay,
she's
okay.
saying that
Okay.
it was
But
not
then,
okay.
no, it's not. There's boy that you see from far. You get to calculate how you're going to move in that direction.
Strategic positioning.
There's boy that you start to talk to. Then you're like, oh,
So which
let me
category
calculate
did
how
he
we
fall
can
into?
move into this. After they talking now, all these nice words. To be a Casanova, all you need to do is be able to speak well to women. Just listen and speak well.
Game. She's putting y'all on game though.
And that's the truth.
Hey.
You have to
love
be
sweet. You don't
intelligent.
need
You can't be a stupid
your
Casanova.
pocket. Just be
Yes, and it's not
Most
like
dangerous
it's not
kind of
like
people.
stupid compliments as well that you are the
because
most
you're paying
beautiful girl in the
attention,
world.
so you're talking to that woman, and
my
that's
God, that's the
all.
most
That's
annoying
the
thing to
whole.
say.
You say
That's
stuff like
it. That's
Hey, my
the
niggas,
plug.
if y'all listening, this is free game. Free game.
not everybody
He's
can
taking
pull
the
it
jacket
off.
off for y'all, man.
It's hard. Oh my God, Fit Farm. Sorry, let me flex my muscle. You people have been working out.
So I'm interested. So how did where did Manifest now fall into after the conversation?
Oh no, I actually got in touch with his management, so I'd actually been talking to his management. So they always send me advance listening of his
Oh,
things.
you don't get the
And
question I'm asking, right?
No, recently. No, please let me. Oh God, let me talk about.
Sorry.
My drink.
Her juice is spilled.
Yeah. It's all good. No, but recently, after years of following him both on Twitter and Instagram, Manifest followed me back.
Woo!
Hey!
Congrats.
Success!
You're killing it.
It's Fit Farm, guys. I'm seeing what he's doing in my life.
Yeah.
Wow.
All
That's how I
right.
took the lights.
So
Wow.
Side commentary.
We are not poor. We're in Nigeria.
hey.
Wow.
Bars.
What's the
Oh, hey,
difference?
I want your side, Wendy.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know the World Economic Forum released their index, their Human Capital Growth Index. Let me tell you where Nigeria ranked. 114th. Do you know how many countries were there? 130. We're one of the poorest African countries in terms of developing age ranges between 25
Who has
and
the most
16.
billionaires though?
This is a problem. I don't understand.
We're not poor. We just have a few rich niggas.
When you have, why are you like this?
We're not poor. We're balling. We just have ballers and we have workers.
But
No
we're
middle class.
No middle class.
class.
You are not hearing that some people said they want to stop oil production again. Okay.
Hey, man.
That's how you end up poor. Because if you think about what would have happened in this country if we implemented a few key education policies, simple things like enforcing speaking a minimum of 3 Nigerian languages so we understand our fucking selves. That's our first problem.
I need you guys
We
to
don't
understand that
understand
if you left
ourselves.
Folu, go
Sorry,
down
yeah.
this route.
Folu,
Yeah, sorry. I'm
We're
so
gonna be here
sorry.
for a
Go.
minute.
Let's go back. Where were we?
No, hey, we're talking about Mr. Eazi and how he
Yes,
says Nigeria
yes.
stories.
Let's
now.
Yeah,
That's not what he
for-
said.
again,
move on. Let's
That's
move
not
on.
what he
It's
said.
okay.
You know, he actually tried to. I think maybe I'm
Walk
just
back the
saying it
horse.
was a PR. I'm thinking it was a PR stunt. He was like, oh, he's gonna give some money, like $1,000 or something, to someone that does one challenge or something like that.
10% of his show.
No, was it 10%? I don't know.
10%.
10% to the
Benway.
Makurdi thing.
Yeah.
Wendy, Get her to do her fucking job.
No. Thank you.
For what?
Thank you.
Okay,
It was
for
a
what competition? What
That's
competition?
what I said. I
Do
don't
your
know
job.
all the details.
Do your
but-
job.
Wow.
Do your job.
Okay, so next time,
Do your job.
I'll just not say anything.
Yes,
I'll
if you
just
don't have
leave
all
it.
the facts.
Okay.
We went on another
okay.
podcast
No,
and we
we're
talked
moving
about
on.
facts.
Sorry.
We're moving on.
Sorry, but it was a
Don't make
fact.
us look bad.
But what I said was
Get
true.
all the facts.
What I said was true.
April, move on.
I'm not moving on. It's cool. I'll get you back. I got it.
Wow.
Simi's album is out. Simisola. Have you guys listened to it?
I was driving earlier this morning at like 2 a.m. and I got played
Yes
about,
or no?
I got played about 4 or 5 records, and I think she's a great composer of music. She composes dope music. She puts her music together real well. Like it was such an effortless listen, and the music was so great. The production quality, like I loved it. But I didn't listen to the whole album.
Yeah, I haven't listened to the whole album either. But the first song already got me. It took me a while to listen because please, nobody should come for my head. I just don't like the album cover. Nobody should come for my
The
head.
fuck does
okay?
that have to do with the
What
music?
don't you like about it? No, that has a
don't-
lot because
it
this
has
is
a lot
like
to do
something
with-
that somebody did on
this is the business
MySpace.
of music, you know. It's not just your
Like,
Did
business.
you just
If
say
I-
it looked like somebody did on MySpace?
Yes.
Let me see the album cover.
No, it doesn't. I disagree with you on that though.
It looks like something that someone did on MySpace.
know, I
Like the
completely-
glittery
how do you
text,
make this thing
100%
larger? It's so
MySpace.
annoying. This is it,
Okay.
though.
Glittery text that says Simisola is MySpace. It's MySpace text, you guys.
Okay, I'm not really tech savvy, so I can't even.
Hey, listen.
I
just don't like that cover. That's like that. Every time I want to listen to it, I just see that cover. I'm just like, I'll listen to this later.
aside from the text, if you delete the text, it's a gorgeous photograph of Simi, and I think they styled it well.
I don't
They
like the
photographed it
filter
well.
as well, but I do think it's a gorgeous picture of her.
I think it is a very nice photograph.
I think
but
edited
the-
differently would look.
Yeah. So it's
I mean, I'll take your word for it, giving your
Because-
graphics, background, or whatever.
I mean,
take your word for
that's probably why it
Well,
means so
yeah,
much.
so I
to
take
Okay,
your
me.
word for it.
but okay. If we're going into the album, because you're looking at this as a whole body of work, right? This is an entire artistic presentation. Immediately you see this, what you think of is nostalgia. Simi is trying to take you to a place where emotionally you're going to connect to a lot of feelings, and you can hear it even in her music. So I just feel like the whole thing is part of her way of spelling it out, and that's the great thing about art. You can dispute, you can debate art. The way it makes me feel doesn't have to be the way it makes you feel. So for me, I think she's a fantastically talented composer. Like I do agree, her ability to arrange music.
Dope.
She understands her voice. She understands her vocal range. I'm not enchanted by every single song on the album,
yeah, same.
but it's such a solid offering that I'll listen to it, you know, and I enjoy listening to it. So I think she did a really awesome job. Definitely.
But I think in terms of nostalgia, I don't like it. That's what I'll say. But then Jesse's album cover, I love, and that's bringing in nostalgia into it as well. Do you get?
Yeah.
And I
Is
really
it a nostalgia that we can all identify with here?
no,
There's a lot
but
of
the
white kids
story
in this
behind
picture.
the story
What's the
behind
story?
it was
No,
I love.
What's the story behind
I
it?
think that's it. When
This,
you see that, you want to know what the
in this
story
picture,
is.
that's Jess's mom.
Yeah, she's
That's Weeba is his uncle. His mother was adopted by this white family. I know this because
yeah.
and I've met Weeba before. He's the dude in the black shirt, right? And I saw this picture about a year ago.
Okay.
When M showed it to me, and I like that he selected it as his album cover. So when you're saying it's an ode to nostalgia or whatever, I hear that.
Yeah. So here's my question. How many of Jesse's fans know this about this photograph?
So maybe they should put that information out there.
Absolutely, 120.
They
should like that should be a constantly circulated bit of
His uncle
information.
did.
I didn't look for
Weeba
the
did.
information
On
Why
Twitter.
is
but
he not putting that out?
I saw
Because
Jesse doesn't really communicate on social
and
media.
here's where it comes back again to the business of music. Like you can't have things in your head and not tell people out there. Otherwise, how am I supposed to know to be able
Relate
to
with
connect
it.
with you?
Yeah.
You may, if you have an experience that I may be able to relate to, I won't know unless you tell me about it.
Exactly.
And that is
Transparency.
an issue that I think a lot of our artists here are still dealing with, is learning how to be vulnerable to fans and to a fan base that you could potentially attract. Be as raw and as real as you can be in your music, in your art form. That's why, you know, you have great art. That's why you have artists that people consider great. It's not just because of their vocal range or dexterity. It's because we feel like we've been involved in their story. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Marvin Gaye, all these people. Like you hear when they're singing it, they're not singing about abstract shit that's generic. We know that this happened at this time in this person's life, and it is their own documentation of their history, and it's a great
Once
thing
again,
to
my
see.
niggas, free game.
I can't deal with you.
Yeah, I totally get it. But like one thing I would say is I wasn't looking for this information, but I came across
It came to me.
I just like I wasn't even about to listen to the album.
Yeah, but I bet it gave you like a deeper appreciation of
It
the.
did.
Exactly,
It did.
exactly.
So I feel like that's an
like,
angle they should play up.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely,
His team should
definitely.
play up.
He needs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Always.
Maybe it's
So,
more interviews.
Jagz,
and
if you're listening,
stuff. Yeah.
Okay, well, by this time...
We can just
he
call
should
him, to
hopefully,
be
because he's
honest.
supposed to come on at least my radio show tomorrow, Thursday, right? Yeah, tomorrow. So I said, please be on time.
Wow.
oh yeah, he's doing.
No,
he's doing
because
radio
I'm
rounds
a
now.
time person, and ironically, I was late today. I apologize for being late again.
No, it's fine. It's
I
probably
mean, I was
because
really early, and everybody was wasting my time. But it's
You
okay.
were
I
not
love it. That's
early.
good. You see that self-righteous feeling? You too can have this all the time if you're on time.
Luce is
All the
never
time.
on time.
Lose. When
Have
was
I
the
not been
last?
late for anything?
Not with me.
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe
Never
you're
said
only on time.
But
when
we've
you
never
care
really
about
set an
people.
We're
appointment.
just
though.
not that important.
This is the
Yeah.
only appointment we've really
No,
set.
I did your show.
Yes! Oh no, I was very impressed with Luce. Like, straight.
Yeah, that
no,
doesn't happen.
no.
He comes
With
late
me, as I'm saying,
all
with
the
me
time.
so far.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks. I'm terrible when people are late. It really stresses me out because it messes with my work.
It stresses me out as well.
It
But
stresses me out, and I get here from Ogun State. I'm just going. It's okay.
Nigga, move to Lagos, man. Nobody give a fuck about where the fuck
Come
you
and
get
pay
here
my
from.
rent, and I will move.
Not my problem.
Thank you.
You gonna
It's
suck some
fine.
dick though? Exactly.
oh wow.
I know. Are we going to
Appropriate
address this?
workplace
Are we going?
banter.
Are we going to let this slide?
Yes, you trying to get me to pay your rent.
So wait,
what
so
that
loose,
mouth
so
do, though?
loose, wait, so loose, wait,
I was
wait,
not
so
here
loose,
when they were saying
loose,
this.
loose. So for you to do something for
Look
somebody,
at my
Boom!
awesome
you
Michael
have
Jackson
you
collection.
have to get them to
If
have
I'm trying,
sex with you, or
if I'm trying to pay you, if
please
you're trying to get me,
sexually.
if you're trying to get me to pay your rent, right?
That's what it's.
You might want to flex your
Alright.
jaws.
Terms
Like,
Alright.
of engagement.
hey, I'm just saying, it's a contract.
No, I just wanted to know. It's cool.
Yeah.
We get it now. Anyways,
Everybody do this.
April, ignore
I'm
Luce.
being scared. I'm actually
Actually,
being
this is
scared
sexual
right now.
harassment.
On
This is sexual harassment.
Wow.
We have documentation.
So it's not
of
financial harassment. She asked me to pay her rent.
You can just say no now.
Bro, say no.
But I want to pay, but I'm just bringing my own terms, and now y'all are mad.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh my god, it's fine.
makes
Guys,
no
this
fucking
is how
sense.
loose is all the time.
It makes no sense. You said pay rent. I said cool. You gon'
Guys,
hey, and now it's the problem.
Guys, this is how loose
question.
is all the time. It's fine. We get it.
No, all the time.
Anyways, let's move.
-1 star from Luce.
Wow. I'm an Uber now.
I'm
huh?
going to remove my rating of your song on this.
Yo, I'm actually deleting your song.
Now
right
it's for alive.
I'm deleting.
Nice one.
I like what she did there.
You are really deleting my song.
Yeah.
I'm
hell
deleting
yeah.
your employee folders. I was.
What employee folder fam? I'm deleting your song.
And let's go next.
No, this is it.
You're playing the song. Can we move
I
on?
appreciate it.
Delete. No, it's over.
As if she can't go back. I got download it after.
I'm not downloading. Once I delete, it's gone, man.
All right, cool.
Oh yeah, please
Next.
move on. Topic.
Okay. So basically, a 19-year-old was found dead in a walk-in freezer. I just heard the story now, so you guys have to help me out.
Okay, so
It's not even funny.
So we don't have the facts of the story, but from what I've heard from reliable
The facts are still
Samantha
developing,
Walsh.
right?
reliable news. No, not Samantha, but from I watched Complex's rundown of
I'm
it,
on your side,
and
Samantha.
basically, apparently, this girl left her house to a party in a hotel. Told her mom where she was going, and then her mom couldn't reach her, couldn't find her. So she's like, "Where's my daughter?" So she contacted the police, and then
Actually, they were in the hotel. Whenever what happened, the friends called the mother saying your daughter left. Is she at home?
We're not gonna hear. I don't think we're gonna
right.
hear.
No, it's fine.
so the
Yeah,
friends
so
called the
friends
mom.
called the mom like, hey, your daughter left us.
Is she at home?
She's at home. Mom's like, nah, she'll probably get home soon. Mother didn't see the girl. Went to the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
First time they gave her the rundown. Went to the hotel. Second time gave her the rundown. And I think she tried to get the cops. I think it took a while, maybe a day or something. And they found the body in the freezer.
In the freezer.
Now the freezer of the hotel. So now the story started getting expanded, and you find out that one of her friends that organized the whole hotel thing She was an employee of the hotel. Then you find out that there were 3 guys in the room. Then you find out that there was a live Facebook video that was made, and the forensic scientists on social media, mostly women, figured out a way to be like, watch the video, you see looking through, because the girl had glasses on when she was making the live feed.
That's the friend.
That's the friend, yeah. And there might or might not have been a rape going on. You could hear somebody say, help me, and the music get turned up. So it's all shady. The security cameras catch them walking in the hotel, but they don't catch them going, and there's a security camera right in front of the
entrance
freezer.
Oh, right.
But it doesn't catch nothing
happening.
So how did the body end up in there? And it's just
What? It doesn't catch anything happening in the freezer?
Yeah.
Well, it's clearly been tampered with.
Yeah, they messed
If
with
she
it.
works in a hotel, then it's very easy to.
Well,
But then
also
she'd have to
consider
work with
that
somebody else in the hotel.
Yes,
No,
yes,
but also
security.
consider that if it's easy to tamper with security footage there directly, imagine second and third hand footage that's been put on the internet. So
Right.
what you think is a reflective mirrors, we can always put that in. In you know what I mean? That can be done. So it's a horrible thing, and periodically these stories come out, and you hear these horrible tales, man. But if a girl says she's your friend, and she's not watching your drink and leads you into this sort of situation, that person's not your friend. That's the long and short of the story. Be careful who you say is your friend.
Also, apparently, police said that she got drunk and walked into the freezer.
yeah, that's a theory you're trying to sell to the mom, and the mom is not having it.
Yeah.
But you know what's also a little bit worrying is the fact that is even debatable, because if once you drink, your integrity is once you're drinking at a party, your judgment is compromised, and that's the scariest thing about it, is that no one really wants to believe that that's actually what happened. Do you know what I mean? Because it's an easy thing to just throw up in the air and tarnish somebody's image and say she was drinking, she was under the influence of something.
Yeah, but the problem with the footage is it's audible. You hear somebody you could just tell that something was wrong in that room, right? And then she ends up in the freezer, and then there's no footage of her going in the freezer, even though there's a security camera right there. So there's just too many inconsistencies for me. And so hopefully the autopsy will show either that she was raped or she wasn't. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope this is all one huge mistake, but I really, really doubt it.
Well, there's still a dead girl regardless.
Yeah, and that's the messed up part.
19-year-old.
What's this like? You guys were talking about it earlier, and you said something about her having a heart attack after she was raped. That
Yeah, some guy.
Yeah, it came up on Instagram, and it was supposed to be the handle of one of the guys.
But we can't verify that.
Yeah, we can't verify this. So, when these things happen, people jump on it to try to be famous, social, all of this. There's also Snapchat conversations that are coming out now. I don't know how they source that. So, I think at this point it's really fucked up, but you just have to trust the police and hope that they get to the bottom of it.
When have they? Sorry, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, we still don't know what really happened to Sandra Bland, so...
No, we know.
We do
There's
know.
There's no question about what happened to her.
Let me
They
tell you
just
what
refused to
happened to her.
prosecute. That's like... do you know what I
Okay,
mean?
they just didn't want to...
They killed her.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The-
that's
a-
what
a-
that's
a
what
lot
I'm
of those
saying, but,
cases, yeah.
if you're saying trust the police, like...
Well, to an extent,
At
you
least they
need
are not
to,
the
because
perpetrators in
Okay,
this.
Yeah.
in this one, yeah, I get
And I
get
guess
that.
it's black people that are probably going to be held responsible, so maybe they will do their job this time.
Well,
Wow.
that's another angle. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fuck the white man, racism. Yeah.
Anyways,
I
yeah, that was
no.
that was. I don't know. I'm not. I had nothing to do with that, guys.
My thing is just
Are you talking
just
to your
remember,
like
though,
your
that
potential
No.
white clients?
No. I'm just
No, but it's not
saying,
about white
I
people. My
didn't
thing is,
say
be careful with
anything
law
about
enforcement, because as much as there are a lot of bad law enforcement or police around the world, there are a lot of guys who actually put their lives on the line. And there are
Yes,
a lot of people
definitely,
who do their
definitely.
job, irregardless of skin color or race or where you're from. Even in this Lagos, as much as we know what happens in terms of police harassing you for money, asking for bribes, I've also been helped by law enforcement
A lot
in
of
this
us
same
went.
Yeah, I
Lagos.
hear that. I hear
A lot
that,
of the
but
time,
you need
so-
to understand that you are a sum total of your experiences. So if you've had
Understood.
5, this is why most times I sympathize. There's this video that was circulating social media the other day about this black dude got pulled over by a cop, and he made a video cussing this guy out.
He cussed the policeman out.
Yes, he made a video he did a turn and he didn't indicate, and the cop approached him with his gun, and he lost it. So people were like, did he overreact? I'm like, if you were in his shoes, niggas have died for less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's fine, Luz. That's in an immediate example of where you're being like the other day I was driving on the road and I was trying to get to the link bridge, you know what I mean? And there was a convoy of 3 cars driving smack bang in the middle of Bodilon. But why are you in the middle? Let me overtake. Do you know this guy threatened me with a gun because I'm trying to go my way as a regular citizen? The road is not your own, not the owner of the person in the car. If anything, I pay my tax is kind of also my road. They really took my money. But you understand what I'm saying? And I say it on the record as often as I can. I think that it is an absolute shame if you are in any kind of service institution and that is how you act towards the people who take you in when you guys are wounded, towards people who donate when there are problems in the service, towards people they're the ones that see if they're looking for you and you need somewhere to hide, I need somebody to save you. It is the same civilians you are threatening that are the ones that take you in. So if you are in that small position, just do your job. What is the reason for that? Really and truly. So things like that really upsets me.
I love you. I love you.
No, it's
going
not.
hard.
Don't
But
ignore
I'm
it.
just saying,
Don't
guys.
ignore my love.
April.
Don't
She
ignore.
had
She can't ignore.
she
my
had you the
love.
first
You're
time.
acting like a groupie right now. Chill.
I
Yeah,
am
you're
a
crazy.
groupie. I am right now.
Chill,
Right now
relax,
I am.
relax.
I'm just saying it's not fair.
No backstage passes
Everybody's
available.
going through things.
Chill.
You know, everybody's going through things in this
How
life.
can I
so-
chill when I'm not chill?
Oh
Oh my
wow!
God. Can we walk out the room,
Wow!
please?
Wow!
That was really terrible.
Damn, sorry.
Apologize to Chills now.
I'm just saying, like, my own point of view is I can see how people are so frustrated with law enforcement and they're like, fuck all of them. Like, they are all the same. Even though we know nothing applies to everybody uniform, like there's always some bad apples. Most likely they are in the minority. But these things happen so often. Like this guy went off making this video. Like you could tell,
I
like
saw that.
he was done with it. He was done.
Think about how a lot of these middle-aged women feel about Nigerian email people.
So stop replying your emails then.
No, I don't know, but it's just my points. Like when you go to places and you go internationally, and as soon as they're like, "Oh, you're Nigerian," there's always a split second.
Yeah, I
In
mean,
which that person-
you always get that. They always look at you like,
You know,
oh,
they're,
fucking scammer.
yeah, they're
Right,
assessing
but-
you for your dodgy qualities.
But I also need you to understand that 99.9% of the people who got scammed were thinking they were doing the scamming. They were greedy. Yes.
No, also, I don't
That's
know.
why I said 19. So there's the 0.01%.
Because I mean, there are the times when your credit card just doesn't come in the post because somebody has collected it to use to rent jet.
Wow.
Guys, sorry, can
Wow.
I just talk about something
Wow.
briefly?
I didn't go looking for that.
Wow, we had to give them. Okay.
Can I
Never
just
mind.
talk about